Hello everyone, I'm Baruffy1322 and welcome to the second episode in the GTA fact-finding series. Now in the first episode I posted up 2 days ago, I broke the news that cars in the new version of GTA are slower than their old gen counterparts. Now at the time I posted a few ideas of why this might be the case. You know, did Rockstar intentionally slow them down to make it easier for first person, or was it to do with frame rate issues or things like that? But I also gave the idea that it could just be a bug. And it turns out that that seems to have been the correct option. Now the bug is that the turbo upgrade in Los Santos Customs makes your car go slower rather than faster. Now I've actually, you'll see all the tests that I've done for this, but this is absolutely ridiculous that this is even the case. But if you have a turbo on your car, you will go slower than if you don't have one. So on what you're seeing on the screen now throughout the course of the next part of this video, the new gen will be on the left and the old gen will be on the right. We've basically got a drag strip, that's all it is, a 40 odd second drag strip. We're using Massacros, so what you're seeing at the minute is stock Massacros, so absolutely completely stock and totally synced up to start moving at the same time. So there is a slight discrepancy between when it says go on new gen and to when the car actually starts moving, but I've made sure to sync them up so you're actually seeing the correct sort of comparison. So if you took what the previous video said, you would assume that the new gen car would be slower, but as you can see here, they hit the finish line at exactly the same time. There's no difference between them, and that's when they are stock. So it can't be something to do with the actual physics of the game. As you can see, for new gen a 42.277 and a 42.265 for old gen, pretty much exactly the same. So I decided to do it again and just put an engine upgrade. So both of these cars, all they have is an engine upgrade on now. Again, new gen on the left, old gen on the right. And I just want to say thank you guys to all of you who commented on the previous video. You came up with a lot of different ideas of why cars might be slower, you know, different wheel types, spoilers having an effect, the character transfer sort of making cars that have been transferred over slower. Lots of different things. I did test them all out and none of them were the cause. But it was actually someone called Skoda76 who actually posted the correct sort of answer, because then I went and tested it like I'm doing now, and you're seeing the results of it now, and it turns out that this is the case, so well done to him. So as you can see, you know, on old gen and new gen with an engine upgrade and only an engine upgrade, they are exactly the same. A 39.874 on new gen, a 39.873 on old gen. So, you know, it couldn't be any closer without being identical. So at the moment, there isn't anything to suggest that old gen and new gen are any different. So again, let's try it again with engine and transmission. Now, just to let you know that the engine and transmission upgrades at this moment are the maximum that you can get. So level 4 engine and level 4 transmission. And what you'll see are pretty much exactly the same thing. So, you know, at this point, you would assume that they were all exactly the same. And based on what I found in the previous video, you know, the traction around the corners and how they felt in the corners, the cars, didn't feel any different. It was more sort of the power that made the difference. And I assumed that it was just a complete scaling of acceleration and Rockstar had slowed it down for whatever reason. But it turns out, you know, they didn't intend to. So again, with an engine and transmission, the transmission only gives you a little bit of an improvement. It's probably the last thing that you should buy if you're on a budget. But a 39.741 and a 39.762 for new gen versus old gen. So it's time to add the turbo in. So this time we've got engine, transmission and a turbo. So remember that time that we'd got previously was a 39.7. So you would assume that with a turbo it would be quicker than a 39.7. I'm just going to let you watch. I'm going to shut up and let you watch this because it's absolutely ridiculous. Can you believe that? So on old gen, the car actually, by putting a turbo on, you go 7/10 of a second quicker. Well, nearly 8/10 of a second quicker. And then on new gen, by putting a turbo on, you go 1 whole second slower. So the final nail in the coffin for the turbo, as Skoda76 aptly put it in his comment, is this. On the left, both of these clips are from the new gen version of the game now. On the left is the car completely stock, so that's exactly the same clip that we saw earlier in the video. And then on the right, all we've put on the car is a turbo. No engine, no transmission, nothing else, just a turbo. And as you'll see, it's absolutely ridiculous the results that we get. The turbo makes the car slower. So, you know, from what we saw with the engine and the transmission, the car went quicker with engine and transmission than it did with both of those and a turbo. And it's the same here. You can actually get a car to go slower than its stock form by adding the turbo. So with its stock form, it got a 42.277 as we saw, and with the turbo, it actually went 1.2 seconds slower just on this little bit, a 43.4. It's absolutely crazy that even exists. So if you have a turbo on your car, you will be going slower than if you don't. So obviously I did the smart thing and removed my turbo from my own Massacro, got rid of it straight away, and then took it back around the North Loop. Now then, it was on the North Loop where I actually found the difference in the first place from the previous video, and you'll see the lap times. I'll talk about the lap times at the end, but the feeling that I got from the car was closer to what it was on old gen. You know, it felt better in the corners, it felt a bit more powerful coming out of the corners, it just felt a bit closer to what we previously had, and certainly you could definitely get away with thinking that this sort of felt exactly the same, because there wasn't that much of a difference. So yeah, I guess the thing that we have to do now is let Rockstar know about this. You know, this is why we do this testing. I saw a few comments saying, you know, why do people care? What's the point? You know, why are people whining and crying over it? You know, this is why we do this. This is why we do this testing, because we want to find these bugs. You know, this is obviously unintentional by Rockstar, because the acceleration bar in Los Santos Customs still increases when you add a turbo. So it shows just how useless those bars are in Los Santos Customs for car performance. But this is unintentional. So we need to make sure Rockstar know about this. Send them this video, email them this video, tweet at them, all that kind of stuff. Let them know that this is a problem and they need to fix it in the latest patch. They may already know it already, but you know, we need to make sure that they know so they can fix it. And then fingers crossed, if they do fix it, the physics seem to be exactly the same as old gen. So all of the testing that I did for the best fully upgraded cars will carry over to this generation as well. So if anyone from Rockstar is actually watching this, you know, who is testing your games? Who is doing that? Because they aren't doing a very good job at the moment. This is a big thing for turbo to actually slow a car down. And you would think that people would know about that if you were testing it. You know, if you want someone to test your cars properly, I'll more than happily come and work for you. I don't mind. So yeah, you know, that it does beg the question of what they're actually looking at here. So going back to the North Loop, you know, the lap time that I thought that would be possible on a reasonably good lap is sort of 5 minutes, 4 minutes 59. The lap time that I got in the previous video with the turbo on was a 5 minutes and 8 seconds. And the lap time that I got on my first lap out without a turbo was 5 minutes and 3 seconds. So obviously much quicker. It's 5 seconds quicker just by removing a turbo. And that is a crazy amount of time when you get to sort of those higher levels of lap times. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. I hope it helps. The first thing that you should do is remove the turbo from your cars. When Rockstar fix it, really they should just give free turbo upgrades for making us remove them. But yeah, you will go a lot quicker if you remove the turbo from your cars. You won't quite go as quickly as you did on old gen just yet, because you still don't have that boost from the turbo, but you'll be going quicker than by having it on. Obviously, you know, if Rockstar do fix this, I will let you know. I will release a video to let you know that it's back to how it was. Feel free to subscribe to me if you want to be notified of that, and obviously for future fact-finding videos as well. And remember, in the comments down below, let me know the sort of things you want me to investigate next for this series, and obviously just let me know about the video itself. So thanks a lot for watching, everyone. I hope this has helped. I really do appreciate your support as always, and I'll see you next time.